Start recording. Okay, welcome to the Redemption Dynasty team call. Today is what, January 7th, 2019. I'm so excited for this year. So I made a leaderboard. So right now we're sitting at, I have just hit Success Club. I have 6. Sierra has 4 Success Club points. Yesterday she was like, this was her. I'm just so discouraged and I'm just unsure if I'm where I'm supposed to be. And like an hour later, she was like, hey, I just signed 2 coaches. So just think that's funny. And then Nathaniel, that is my CBC. He is at 2 Success Club points. So we have 6 live change, which is so exciting, guys, because we're only on the 7th, and I know, like, we're going to get on a Desire Empire team, and they're going to be like, we change a bajillion lives. But, like, there's just a little bit of us, and I'm so proud of our baby team because that's, like, one life a day, and that's crazy. And I just know that we're going to change so many lives this month, and I'm so excited. I want to shout out Sierra for being the top recruiter, meaning she brought in the most coaches this week. Not only did she bring in the most coaches here, but on Team Elodie, which is the team above Kate's team. So there's like, I just looked so I could say this. There's like 630 people, coaches in that group, and she was like top 5 in recruiter. She brought in four coaches over the last 7 days, and so she was in the top 5, which is literally amazing. So shout out to Sierra for just working and being consistent. I'm proud of you. And then Stacy, which I feel like you are just one of the most encouraging people that I personally know. And so you're the top contributor in the boot camp, not necessarily not in the team page. So I wanted to look and see who is adding the most value into the boot camp, the most comments, the most posts. The Facebook kind of does that for me. When I look, it'll tell me how many posts each person has, how many comments they have, and so she was the person that was interacting the most over the past like 7 days, I think is what it does. So congrats to that, because that's also super important, because you guys are leaders and the people in the boot camp are looking up to you guys. So that's super cool. Congrats. I'm excited. And the ranks on here, those are going to change, and that's just going to get bigger. Also, my computer's frozen. I can't scroll. We're going to talk about when like your mindset matches, reaches hard work. Maybe if my computer works. That would be cool. Oh, that's because this is the wrong thing. Duh. Hold on. Obviously, that's why that's not working. I was like, there's no more pages on this. Welcome to my life. Okay, I'm just going to share my desktop with you. Bear with me. I promise I had this already, and then my life just happened. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Okay. I'm just going to leave it like this. Is that okay? Does that bother you guys? Can you guys read that? Okay. I'm glad. So we're going to talk about when mindset meets hard work and how your mindset should be, and then the things that you should be doing that are going to make you successful. Because I talked to so many of you after Kate announced where she's taking the top 10 coaches, and you guys are all like literally on fire and you want to just like run, which is so exciting. And so I'm going to just talk about the things that you should be consistently doing and what like your mindset should be consistently in order to see success, if that makes sense. So like, what's the secret? So the big, like, to be successful, all you need is to find 2 to 3 other yous. Like, it's that simple. It's not super complicated. You just need 2 to 3 other yous. And I think it's so important, the yous part, because like, if Stephanie, if you found 3 me's, like, cool, but like you would relate to people more like you than if you were getting all my people, you know what I mean? So that yous is so important. So knowing who you are and knowing the people that you want. So like, do you want moms? Do you want college students? Do you want what, like, you know, think about the people that you're going to relate to the most And those are you want 2 to 3 other people that are very, very similar to you, and they're runners, they're leaders. They want this as bad as you want this. You're here because this is so important to you, and you just have this like burning passion to drive and to dream and to push further. And so you just need 2 to 3, and then like you're in. If you have 2 to 3 other yous, your business is going to blow up. And what's super cool about finding those 2 to 3 other people is it doesn't have to be necessarily like your personal sponsored coach. So say, Sierra, you get a coach under you that like is super similar to me and she blows up. Like that could count as one of my 2 to 3 people, and yours, but like as me as a coach, like it doesn't have to be somebody right below me. It could be like my coach's coach or even my coach's coach's coach. Like it's just like building those relationships even deep is what's going to make your business blow up. So like don't count out people that start and then you're like, I don't think this person's going to be like one of my people, because they might bring in one of your people, So that's like bottom line, literally all you need to do to be like successful and make it big. I just want to tell you, I took this and like copied and pasted it almost from somebody in our upline, Pat, who's in the Millionaire Club. I don't think any of you know Pat. He's in the Millionaire Club. Last week he made $8,000. So I'm telling you, like in a week, I'm telling you, Pat knows what he's talking about. So like when he says find 2 to 3 people, super, super simple, and it's just as easy as that. So we're going to kind of break into like, cool, like you say, find 2 to 3 people, but like, where do I get these people? How do I get them? Like, I don't know, like how to do any of that. So where do you get them? You get them from challenge groups. And the reason why I'm going to say you're going to get them from a challenge group is because 9 times out of 10, the coaches that are the most successful, the coaches that do the best, 9 times out of 10, are coaches that come straight from a challenge group, because they already are in love with the products. They are already in love with the workouts, and they are like ready to share. So most of you came from a challenge group. Most of you were already invested in the program. You already knew it worked. If you are in a challenge group and you know that it works and you fully believe in it, then like coaching is going to come so easy to you, because like you already have the love and the passion. And that doesn't always happen when people walk in straight from the business. I'm not going to say that it doesn't, because I've seen people come in straight as like a coach and the business at the same time and rock it. But 9 times out of 10, your rock star leaders are going to come from a challenge group. So that means that we need to get people in challenge groups. So that's like your first focus. I'm going to like break that down. I'm going to break it down a little bit. We're going to start with our mindset. So the 2 things that are like ridiculously important is your why and then your belief. So your why needs to be so strong that it gets you out of bed when you don't want to get out of bed. So like people are all the time, I hear coaches say, I just love to help people. I just want to change lives. And like, that's so cool. But like, you just want to help people when you want to help people. Like if it's 4 a.m. and you're tired and you don't want to get out of bed, wanting to help people isn't going to get you out of bed, because you're going to be like, well, I'll just help them later. Like, I don't need to help them at 4 a.m. I'm going back to bed. I'll talk to you later. Your why has to be something that's like so deep that like, if you chose to sleep through it, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I didn't hit this huge goal. I couldn't give this to my kids. I couldn't do this for my parents because I chose to sleep. And that kind of makes you want to throw up. Like, your why needs to be something that's going to get you to show up when you don't want to show up. And then the second part of that is belief. So believing that the things that you're supposed to do every day, believing that doing these things is going to get you to your why. Because if you don't believe that showing up every day and that building a team and that whatever, like the things that I'm going to tell you to do, if you don't believe that those things are going to get you to your why, then why would you do the things, right? Like, you need to wholeheartedly believe that you are capable of getting to your why by doing this. A lot of times the coaches that aren't successful is because of one of these two things. One, their why isn't big enough, or two, they don't believe they can get there. Those are like huge, huge parts. And then going with that is the mindset piece. 80% of success is mindset. Like, it's not doing all the things, and it's their mindset. And I can tell you, I'm going to explain this analogy because it's super visual, and then I'm going to tell you a time when I quote unquote got off my escalator because it like crashed my business. So like, think about going up a down escalator. I don't know if any of you have gone up a down escalator, but like, you have to go real fast. It's not like a, you know, like, it's not like easy per se, like, you know, like, it's not recommended. And when you go to run up this down escalator, everybody looks at you like, oh my goodness, what is this person doing? Like, that person's crazy, you know, like, she's never going to make it to the top. She's going to give up. Like, what is she doing? You know? And so when you start your journey, like, that's what everybody's doing. They're all watching you. So everybody's eyes are on you. Like you're in the middle of the mall running up a down escalator. Like, everybody's eyes are on you, and they're like, ooh, what's she doing? She's a little crazy. Like, there's no way she's going to make it. There's no way that she's going to make it to the top, or she's going to be successful, or she's going to finish that workout program, or she's going to be committed. There's no way. Like, and they're all watching you, probably doubting you, but know that they're all watching you. And so when you get on and you're running, and so you're doing your workouts, you're sending your invites, you're building relationships, you're doing all of the things, you start to gain a little bit at a time, right? And you're going up that escalator. And let's say it's been, I don't know, a month, 2 months, and you've been doing all the things, and then you're like, I'm not seeing the results that I thought I was getting. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Like, no, you didn't give up, but you slowed down. So let's think, if you're going up a down escalator and you slow down, you're probably at least not gaining ground anymore. Like, at the least, you're now in the same spot, most likely losing ground. And the slower you go, the more you stop, the more you let that like negative energy impact you, and you start to give up, you've now, like, your escalator has now brought you all the way back down to the bottom. And now everybody's and everybody was watching you. So everybody saw, oh, they saw that momentum pick up. Oh, maybe she might get it. She's going to do it. She's doing amazing. Oh, there she goes. She quit. I was waiting for that. And now you're at the bottom again, all over again. Now you've completely lost everybody's trust because they were waiting for you to quit from the beginning. So you just kind of proved them right. And now you have to work twice as hard to not only gain their trust, but to get back up where you were. Like, you were already there. Now you have to do the whole thing all over again. You've lost everything. And now you have to show all of the people that when you get to where you were before, that you're not going to give up. So you have to even push further to get that trust, you know? And so it's like really hard to have an escalator mindset because a lot of times you're not seeing the results. A lot of times, like, when you're on the escalator and when you're running, like, all you can see is how much more you have to go. And you're like, I just don't think I can get there, or I feel like I haven't made any progress. And you just feel like you're not seeing those results. And so it's so easy to want to give up. And so I started being a coach in March. I hit Emerald in a week, hit Success Club 10 it was like the last week and a half of March. I hit Emerald and Success Club 10 in March and hit Success Club 10 every month until August. And the reason I didn't hit in August is because I slowed down. I started getting comfortable. I lost my why. And so I started to slow down. And so then I didn't hit Success Club in August. And then I didn't hit Success Club in September. And I remember I was going to quit. I was like, I'm not seeing any results. I'm doing the things, and I was sending 75 invites every day. I was posting on Instagram. I was doing the things. But I didn't believe. I completely lost belief because when I didn't hit Success Club that 1 month, I was like, I can't do it. I was doing other things, like, I obviously just can't do it. I'm not cut out for this. I can't handle this. And then I let go of my why. I had no idea why I started. So when I was going to quit, I told my boyfriend of the time who hated me doing Beachbody. So I knew when I told him that he was going to say, okay, you can quit. Like in my head, like I'm not going to Kate, she's going to yell at me. I'm not going to Mackenzie, she's going to yell at me. So I was like, all right, Ty, I don't think I can do Beachbody. I think it's not for me. It's not working. And literally to my surprise, he said, okay, you're wrong. He was like, you love it. You're so much happier. And he listed all these reasons, which like to me was this huge God moment, wake up call of like, he hates Beachbody and he's telling me to do it. Like maybe. But then I remember I was mad at Kate because she told me something and she called me and she was like, I was like, Kate, you don't understand. Like, I was going to quit. And she was like talking me through it. And she goes, I was like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I had no idea why I was doing it. I was like, I have results. I was like, I'm whatever. I can do push-ups and I have a six-pack and I look great. Like, I don't even know why I'm being a health and fitness coach. Like, my nutrition's a hot mess. Like, I eat chocolate all day. Like, I couldn't get myself together and I didn't know why I was doing it. And she literally looked at me and she was like, T, nutrition was never your thing. Like, yes, you need to get your nutrition together. But she was like, that wasn't why you started. You started because you wanted friends. You started because you wanted whatever. And she went on my list of like, you wanted friends and you wanted to be able to be in a community that was your own. And you wanted to prove that you didn't need a boy to do whatever. And those were your whys. She's like, cool, like you're fit. Cool. She's like, no matter. That's not what you wanted. That wasn't your why. That's not why you show up. And if you lose your why, and if you lose your belief, you're instantly going down that escalator. It took me like 2 months to get back up to speed. It took, like, I fell off my escalator for maybe a month and a half, didn't hit Success Club 2 months, and then I completely backtracked and had to work twice as hard to get the same results that I was getting before. And it was fun because I had my people. If I didn't have my people, there's no way I would have made it. But like, it was so much harder. If I wouldn't have let myself get off that escalator, if I would have just pushed through, held on to my why and believed that it was possible, I would have been able to do that. So that is literally like 80% of your success if you are not in the right mindset. If you don't hold on to your why and you don't believe you can do it, you're sliding down your escalator without even knowing. And that's like the worst because you're like, I don't even know what happened. I was doing it and I was up there, and then all of a sudden you're at the bottom all over again. So just hold on to those two things. Hold on to your escalator mindset. Keep working even when you don't see the results. Keep believing even when you don't see the results, because you're going to get to the top and you're going to be so excited and so proud of yourself to see all of the things that you did when you didn't see the results, because you're like, they're coming. My voice is dying. All right, so now we're going to talk about concrete things. So those are the mindset things. The concrete things. There's 5 concrete things that I'm going to tell you that are going to help you be successful. And so I kind of want to have you think about this kind of like a roadmap, because it's kind of like how you're going to get your people from like, I don't know you, to a coach, and like how you're going to build those relationships. So sharing your journey on social media. I think everybody on this call does this. I think when I was listening to Pat talk, this was something interesting that he said. So when you share on social media, 99% of Beachbody coaches share the great things. 99% of Beachbody coaches share, look at my shake, it tastes so good. Look at my results from this workout. Look at my beach bars, I love them. And look how great my life is. But like when people that don't get it, so they're not Beachbody coaches, like they don't get the whole deal, hear that, they feel like there's like a distance there because they're like, oh, well, I'm not there. I don't understand why that shake's so good. I don't understand why doing those workouts are helpful to you. Like you say that's so cool, but like, I don't get it. Very few coaches are showing the problem, showing the hurt, showing the problem to the solution. Like they're only showing the solution. Oh, Beachbody's the solution, but like, what's the problem? Like, what did it solve in your life? You know, what did it do for you? And so like, I talk like today, if you look on my post today, I talked about being lonely. I talk about being alone and how I was at work today and I felt so alone at work, but I was like, that's weird because I was at home alone for like 2 weeks. I don't understand why I felt alone. And then I was like, the thing is that like in this community, you're never alone. You have these people that jump on calls with you, that talk to you all the time. Like, so when I was here immersed in my Beachbody culture, I didn't ever feel alone. I always had this community, this team, this whatever behind me. But when I was at school, at work, and like in my classroom by myself, I felt like alone and isolated. And so like I shared that, and I shared how that feeling of loneliness, that feeling of like you don't have people around, like this is an out for that. So just remember on social media to not just share all the things that are great, not just share the solution, but tell them what the problem is. Tell them how it solves your whatever. Tell them why it's so great, because that's the relatable part. People are going to relate to me on the lonely side. They're not going to relate to me on the workout side or the community side because they're not in it. They don't know. But they're going to relate to me on why it was lonely. The second thing is building relationships. I think this is super cool because there's so many ways to do this, specifically on Instagram. So like, don't forget that social media is social media. For a long time, I like completely stopped being social. I just like did my stuff. Remember to be social. If you're scrolling through stories, reply to them. Oh, I love your shirt. Oh, your dog's so cute. Where'd you get that recipe? Like, reply to them and share, like, and comment. Be social when you're scrolling through your feed. Comment on people's things or message them about a post they made and just, like, build relationships. Another really key part of Instagram community is your stories, and that really helps you build relationships. Crystal and I was talking about this on one of our calls. So I don't know if any of you know this. Crystal reached out to me before I was a coach and asked me like about the program. And I was like, oh, but I'm not a coach. Like, here's Kate. And she goes, oh, well, like if you coach, I'll do it. And Crystal was my like deciding factor to be a coach, because Kate had been on me for a really long time. And I kept saying, no, I don't want to coach. I'm good. I'll just stay over here. I don't want to coach. And then when Crystal messaged me and said, well, if you become a coach, I'll join. I was like I felt like I was like, there wasn't that, like, I couldn't not let her join. Like, I love this community and it was so important to me and it literally changed my life. Like, if I needed to be a coach to get Crystal in, I was in. And so like, but Crystal and I don't think, or very little, seldom, really talked before that. And so we were talking about how she felt like she knew me because I showed up on my stories. She felt like we were good friends because I talked in my stories, I told my life, I was doing my workouts, everybody knew everything about me. And they hear the way I say things, like, if you guys think about like hearing me in stories versus hearing me now, like I sound the same. So you guys feel like we've been able to build relationships stronger because you also get to watch my stories. And so all your followers are watching your stories. So when you reach out to them, when you do like invite them, if you're being active on your stories and you're commenting on pictures and just like generally using social media as social media every once in a while, then you're going to be able to build those relationships, right? Sorry, I was looking for my chat. Okay, the next thing is inviting. This is like huge, and we talk about this all the time. This is huge, and this is so important to building your actual tribe. So I think like I would have never joined if I was never invited. And I don't know, other than Crystal, I think I invited each one of you, right? Yeah. So like 9 times out of 10, no, like they're not gonna vote in the poll. They're not gonna drop their emails. And sometimes they will. And so it's so important to consistently do those things. But 9 times out of 10, it's not until you invite them. They're gonna be like, oh girl, I was watching you. Or, you know, like, and think about you, think about who you are. Like, I would never reach out to somebody, no matter what. I'm not gonna swipe up, I'm not voting on a poll, I'm not dropping my email anywhere. Like anything that gets you to know my name, it's not happening. But I'll create for a real long time. Like, so this is funny. I grew up on Sydney for a really long time. I was a Sydney Thompson, like, fangirl. Like, I talked about her like we were best friends, and I didn't even know her. And so she is how I got to Kate. And I told Sydney that, and Sydney was like, well, why didn't you sign up with me? And I said, because you didn't invite me. Like, if Sydney would have invited me, I would have 120% said yes. But she never invited me. Kate did. And so, like, it doesn't matter how much you're showing up in your stories, how much you're doing all the other relationship building things if you're never going to reach out to people. So inviting people is so, so, so important to, like, getting the people into your challenge groups. So after you're sharing on social media, you're building relationships, you're inviting, running a Rockstar challenge group. So when people get into your challenge group, like, they need to know that it's not like oh, you bought a challenge pack, cool, bye, hope you enjoy it, like, I'm never talking to you again. They want that community. They want all of the other things that come with it. And when you, as a coach, or us right now, I love that we're running this boot camp as a team. When we come together and we run these things, people know that the coaches are the glue to the challenge group. People know that we are what brings the challenge group alive. You know, all of us commenting on something gives it all of the engagement. So then everybody else is commenting on it too. And, like, we're bringing things that are valuable. And when they see your face a lot, like, they know you love your journey and that you have value to offer. And, like, so when they have this amazing experience in a challenge group because of the coaches, like, that's going to make them fall in love with the journey. And like we said, the best coaches are the ones that fall in love with their journey. The best coaches are the ones that love the products, that love the programs, that are getting results, that don't need you to convince them that this works. Those are the best people. So running those Rockstar challenge groups are so, so important. Something that, I know that you've seen that I started doing is one-on-one calls with clients. So when they sign up, signing them up for a one-on-one call. Like, hey, I just want to chat with you. How's it going? And asking, like, what their biggest goal is, how they're going to get there, and then what is the, like, limiting belief that they've had that's been stopping them. So, like, why haven't you finished anything before? Why, that type of thing. And then smashing that right away. Because they need to know that you believe in them. They need to know that you're not going to give up on them. And when you build that relationship with them, you're grooming them to be coaches. They're on one-on-one calls. They're building the relationship with you, like those type of things. And then when it comes to this fifth part where you introduce them to coaching, when you say, hey, I think that you're doing amazing in our challenge group. You're a leader. You're checking in every day. You're rocking your health and fitness journey. Have you ever thought about coaching? Because you could literally change lives. You already have an amazing relationship. They're just going to trust you. Like, they might not want to coach, or they might want to coach, like, who knows, but they're going to trust you, and it's not going to be weird to introduce them and ask them about coaching. And sometimes introducing can even look like, hey girl, you're rocking your journey. Can you go share this in the boot camp? Can you take over this one part of the boot camp? I just think this is so, so good for you. So, like, Anise, I made her talk about Shakeology for like a week. She had gone live in the boot camp. She had shared, recipes, and she had, like, whatever. And she wasn't even a coach yet. She kept telling me no and kept telling me no and kept telling me no. And I was like, okay, well, Anise, how about you don't be a coach, but you just kind of do some of the things that coaches do? How about you just go live in the boot camp? How about you and so then, like, they kind of get a taste of those things. And then they're like, oh, like, this isn't really that bad, or this isn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. I could totally do this. And because of all the other things you've done, because you've built the relationship, you have a Rockstar challenge group, the coaching's just going to come. And that's how you're going to find your 3 to 5 leaders, because you've invested so much of yourself in them that, like, you guys are best friends, you know? They're lifetime people, if that makes sense. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen because I can't see the chat. This is going to kick me off in 7 minutes. Does anybody have any questions, any thoughts, anything? No? I'm gonna make you guys take a picture. Of course, I love you. I'm gonna make you guys take a picture. So if you can hear me, Stephanie or Crystal, I don't know if they can hear me. Undo, like, I wish I could, oh, you're here, hi. Crystal, can you, oh, you're here too. Awesome, this is great. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture and then we can jump off and you guys have like 25 minutes before there's the Desire Empire call. And that one's gonna be short today too, I think. Okay, ready, smile. I think it took it. All right, I will see you guys late. Ooh, wait, let's do that again because I'm nervous that it took it late and I don't want that to be us talking. We're gonna try one more time. Ready? Smile. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for jumping on, making your business a priority. I love you all. Bye.